Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 30 of my 1 versus 3 versus 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against two separate teams of 3 Emperor AI per team, and I'm playing as the Halfling Dreadnought, Welby the Tinkerer. In our last episode, we began to really focus our efforts on the remaining team of 3. Once again, we've eliminated the first team of 3 with Camille Moonflower, the Halfling Rogue, Colm the Lucky, the Human Warlord, and Aweness the Custodian, the High Elf Theocrat. We've killed off the 3 of them, we've eliminated them from the game, and now all we have left is the team composed here of Galendil of Vorlas, the High Elf Archdruid, Quandria Rivara, the Shadow Elf Rogue, and of course Zorn the Disciplined, the Orc Warlord. And as far as I've been able to gather, they are located in this unexplored region of the map here, which I'm kind of panning over right now, which is basically that top left, or I guess northwestern quadrant of the map. So we're making inroads here. We've discovered a city that belongs to Zorn, and we've also kind of jumped into the Shadow Realm a little bit, and we've encountered a city here that belongs to Quandria. I believe this was Quandria's city, if I'm not mistaken. And so we kind of know at least where a few of our opponents are, and we're bringing our forces to kind of head over that way. You can see we've got a number of our armies heading over there. So let's kind of dive in here and see if we can start bringing the fight to the doorstep of our 3 remaining opponents. However, before I do that, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from John Calabro. John made a comment here that the city of Nurm, and I'm trying to remember which city is Nurm here. I think that's one of my human cities. I have quite a few at this point. Ah, yes, here it is. So Nurm. Basically, what John pointed out is that if I was so inclined, I could actually make some pretty decent musketeers out of this city. And the reason for that is because I have the... This city basically has all of its upgrades, but let's just see if I can find the one that is being mentioned here. Actually, maybe we don't have... No, we do. What I'm looking for is the tier 3... Here it is, Hall of Chivalry. I just, for some reason, I panned over it a few times. So we have the Hall of Chivalry built here, which allows me to produce human knights. But what this also does is that tier 1 and tier 2 units produced in this city gain an additional rank. We also have the shooting grounds, which means that any archer units that are produced here are actually going to have 2 additional upgrades, which is pretty fantastic. So again, John's just kind of reminding me that I don't necessarily just have to focus this city on producing human knights. I could also use it to produce some fairly decent dreadnought units as well if I was so inclined. So a good reminder there from John. We also had a comment here from Insert Username. Insert pointed out that the Theocrat that I've acquired, which is Aweness, because of course she surrendered to me. So if we look at Aweness, and she has this harp, this really isn't that beneficial for a Theocrat because we actually are going to get some upgrades. I think we have one called Chaplain, if I'm not mistaken. Might have already grabbed it for her. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. So that basically gives a morale boost anyway. So that item is kind of less useful for her. It might be more useful for another hero. The only thing is that it might not be worth sending it off to somebody else. So again, just a point there that, you know, that item might actually be more beneficial with someone else. And I actually agree with that. I think that's a good point. That said, it's not like it's entirely useless for her. It's just maybe not quite as useful. Also, and this is a really good point from Insert, is that as a Theocrat, you know, a lot of her healing abilities, Divine Justicars, for example, as well, when I'm at level 11, these aren't going to impact machine units. So keeping these Shrines of Smiting with Aweness actually might not be the best idea. Instead, what I could do is actually send these shrines off to maybe join in with, say, Warmaster Habi here. We could replace maybe the Golem or replace the... Well, we want to keep the Engineer, but we could add in, instead of maybe one of these Flame Tanks, we end up switching it for Shrine of Smiting or something like that. Or we send it off to maybe join another hero who's able to maintain and benefit machine units a little bit better. Because Theocrats really do benefit living units more than machines or undead. So just kind of a really good point there from Insert. I think that's definitely worth considering as well. And I believe John Calabro also mentioned the same idea, which is that I should maybe consider sending at least one of my shrines over to join with War Master rather than keeping them with Theocrat. So I agree with both comments from both guys there. Good points. We also had a set of comments here from Albtrom. Albtrom pointed out that I really kind of fumbled the ball a little bit. I made a couple of oopsies in the last episode when I was engaging in the defense of Ripura here. Unfortunately, Ripura came under attack from a couple of elemental units. If I remember correctly, there were 2 spirit elementals and 1 air elemental. And I had quite the adventure trying to defend the city. And I ended up using basically all of my casting points in that battle, which was quite the unfortunate turn of events because I was hoping to do some casting this upcoming turn here. And basically what Albtrom is saying is that I did make a lot of mistakes, which I totally agree with. If you want to kind of go back and, you know, cringe a little bit at some of my decision making, go back and check it out one more time in the previous episode because it was a little bit painful to watch going back. I took a quick peek at it again and I just went, oh boy. But the key criticism and the key takeaway here, I think, is that I had kind of lamented in the battle, like, oh, I could use Arachnid Horde, but I don't want to spend all of that casting points on Arachnid Horde. That's 80 casting points. Well, I ended up using Banish and a few other spells, and I ended up spending 140 casting points. So had I just used Arachnid Horde, I probably would have been able to get out of that battle a lot easier. Not to mention that Arachnid Horde can't be disjuncted because I was fighting against a non-player army. So the only armies that can actually disjunct something are those that belong to one of my opponents. And that's a good reminder. So anytime you're up against independent units, just keep that one in mind. So really good criticism and good observations there from Albtrom. Albtrom also did a little bit more digging to investigate the idea of, or not the idea, but the phenomenon that apparently has been happening, which are comments that haven't been showing up or have been going missing. Albtrom actually found a Reddit thread that actually described the exact phenomenon that he's been observing. So if anyone's having issues with their comments not showing up, take a look at what Albtrom posted. Take a look at the link to the Reddit article that he posted. There might be some answers in there. Again, the solution right now seems to be that if you're having trouble with comments not appearing, maybe try to chop them down and put them in, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 separate comments rather than having them all in one big comment, because I guess that kind of can pose a bit of an issue. But if you're not having issues with it, don't worry about it. If you're noticing that I'm not, you know, responding to your comments or I'm not mentioning them in the video, it might be just because they're not showing up. So again, check out what Albtrom posted because that's good detective work on his part. All right. Thanks for those comments, guys. As always, tremendously appreciated. And we're going to dive in. So now, let's see where we were here. We had a lot of join offers. Again, we're going to continue our trend here of basically ignoring them. You know, Sassistan, though, I might actually accept. Yeah, I'm going to accept this one, and I'll explain why very shortly here. So the primary reason is actually for the Heart of the Glades, which is going to give us additional casting points there, as you can see. So, very happy to have that. I'm actually going to accept that one. Did cost us some gold, but that's kind of a small price to pay, I would say. Now, Colm here can start moving. Now, the question is, where do we want to send Colm? Again, I think we want to head kind of pretty much up this direction. The only question is kind of how do we want to do that? We also might be nice to grab this watchtower just so that we can get a better view of what's going on. So, we have this. Fortunately, this Griffin Rider can't quite make it in there, but why don't we just send a cannon on up to do a little bit of, Okay, looks like we've got something here belonging to Galendil. So let's move up, grab the extra movement here. Okay, now what are we up against? We got some tough customers in here, that's for sure. So we've got a King Shock Serpent, who's always a handful to deal with. That's a tier 4 unit. We do have ourselves a hero. It's a High Elf Rogue hero, along with some very powerful High Elf Shamans who have been leveled up. These are extremely tough customers to deal with, and some extremely high-level Storm Sister here, as well as a Storm Bow. So, yikes, that's actually going to be fairly difficult to deal with. So let's bring our units in. I think we can... Again, we're kind of rallying the troops there to bring them into the fight. So One thing I suppose we could do is engage the battle for this city right now with Colm. The only reason I would kind of think about doing that is that we'd only fight these units here. But I'm a little bit hesitant given that I don't think we would really be able to have any of our other units join us. Oh, the cannon would. And so would the monster hunter. We'd have to leave behind the flyer, I think. Yeah. We'd also have to leave behind the other cannon, which would be a shame. It is tempting because then this shock serpent wouldn't factor into the battle. One problem, though, is, of course, because I wasted all my casting points in that previous battle in the last episode, I'm not going to have any casting points for Welby, although I will have a little bit of casting points here with Colm. I'll be able to at least throw a Phoenix Warrior on somebody. Although they might try to dispel it. Who knows? Ooh, and you know what? I didn't notice this unit. That's unfortunate because, of course, Sassistan might actually be captured by the roaming units. Now, can we get a unit up there in time? I don't know. The knight can, yes. So we'll at least send our knight up there. All right, so now at least we're in good shape. But anyway, back to the problem at hand here. So, you know, I am pretty tempted to do this battle. We're not going to be able to get past the walls very easily, but the big issue here is going to be the entangling touch. If they hit me with the entangling touch, I'm going to be pretty hooped, I think. Let's say it hits some of my Yetis or something like that. That said, you know, this is a really good opportunity to take out the hero before he can get reinforcement from these other units. So I think we are going to risk it here. And this decision might come back to bite me in the butt, but let's do it here. We'll engage the battle. It's telling me probable oh, I didn't notice these units here. Oh, I didn't realize that they were actually that close. Okay, that was an oopsie on my part. Yikes. Okay, well, I just kind of might have put myself in a not so good a position because, of course, he could attack me here in the upcoming turn. Yeah, that was silly of me. For some reason in my head, I think I thought this stack was further away. That said, I mean, these units really aren't anything special. Oh, and there's a unit that was hidden in there, the White Witch. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to hold off here on that one, unfortunately. Now, of course, this unit, if I bring them in, they're... Oh my goodness, and Galendil himself is there. Wow. Well, hang on a minute. Maybe I could spin this differently. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just do this, and we can attack Galendil directly. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, let's do that. So I kind of, again, I made a bit of a mistake there, but I'm hopefully going to be able to salvage it here and make a pretty big play. Now, we have to be careful because Galendil's going to hit us with tons of spells. I'm almost certain of that. Okay, so Savage Rage, I think that's going to make this thing an absolute monster to deal with. Ooh, yeah, it's got First Strike, Overwhelm, Wall Crushing, Armor Piercing, Charge. That's beastly. That said, I think we can still kind of gang up on it a little bit. It does have that static shield, which is going to be a problem, I think, for us. So what we're going to do with Colm is we're actually going to keep Colm kind of back. We're going to throw on Phoenix Warrior onto our Yeti. And then we're going to throw our Yeti up there to deal with the Shock Serpent, I'm thinking. Again, I am willing to lose some of these units because I think the benefit here of getting rid of some of these... You know what? Let's kill off the Hunter here. Put our Yeti right up in here like this. There we go. Now, hopefully what happens is it's just going to fight my Yeti. You know what? Let's even try for a Curse on the Shock Serpent just to reduce movement. Yep, there we go. That's good. Okay, now we have to deal with the Mammoth Rider. Thankfully, our Yeti can really put some work in. That's good. And then our Flyer can do the same. So do that. Excellent. And again, we're probably going to lose our Flyer, but... Yeah, there goes the Flyer. Ooh, yeah, dealing with this Shock Serpent is just unpleasant. That is for certain. Okay, well... Let's step up here and blast. There we go. We can step our fire elemental over. And you know what? Actually, maybe we'll bring this Yeti over. Do a nice big flank shot here. There we go. And then our fire elemental can actually kill off the mammoth rider. Excellent. And that's going to allow us for a flank over here like this. Ooh, and unfortunately that Yeti is now stunned. Unfortunately, this one does not have Phoenix Warrior, so might be in some trouble here. I think what we'll do with Colm is we're going to have to be really careful because the Shock Serpent may just hunt down Colm and try to kill him. But I think what we'll maybe do is we will throw on a Nourishing Meal on this Yeti just to try and keep him alive. I really don't want Colm going down. Okay, there's a Dispel. That unfortunately removed Phoenix Warrior. But I think we can kill off the Shock Serpent here. Oh yeah, without too much issue. Try and do it with ranged attacks just to prevent... Nice, perfect. The reason I was doing that is to prevent the stunning there of that static shield. So this Yeti, we're going to run away because we're in really rough shape. Meanwhile, this Yeti can go and hunt down Galendil himself, along with some backup from Colm, I think. So perhaps we can charge Colm right in there. Do a little Pistol Blast, or... Yeah, we'll do a Pistol Blast. Nice. That High Elf Slayer coming in handy. Nice. Our Yeti can get in there, get involved. Very nice. All right, putting in that work. And we're going to have this unit evolve when the battle ends, which is excellent. We can go for a Curse. Excellent. You know what? We can even go for an Entanglement, but I think it would be better to just hit him with some damage here. Maybe get the kill with Colm. Very nice. So there we go. We struck a pretty devastating blow, and unfortunately we lost our flyer, but we killed off Galendil and sent him to the Void, which is huge. And now if we siege this city, they basically can't dispel what we have going on. Now, unfortunately, our units are kind of spread out here, which isn't so ideal. Again, that was my mistake for the way I moved myself in here. But I think we could at least do... Oh, not quite. Okay, we can at least do this to kind of try and protect both our stacks. Again, yeah, I really kind of made a bit of an oopsie there. But we were able to at least eliminate Galendil himself, which is fantastic. So we'll see what kind of ends up happening up here. I suspect they may not attack. They may just try to kind of hang back, but I suppose we'll see. It would really suck to lose Colm, that's for sure. Okay. And again, I kind of botched some of my movement in there, but that's all right. We're just going to... Oh, look at this. We can actually get this cannon in there. That's going to help. Okay. A little bit of extra coverage. So Galendil is in the Void, so if we can capitalize on that, that's going to be great. For the next couple turns, we might have an opportunity here to really make up some ground. Okay, and this stack here... You know what? Let's kill off this unit here that's by itself. Great opportunity here for some extra experience. Big blast there. Let them come a little closer. Perfect, and then we'll do a nice fire blast here. Followed by a nice musket shot. Not quite the kill. That's a bit disappointing. They might try to convert the musketeer. Nope. Alright, that's fine by me. We'll just do this. Nice level up for the cannon there. That's good. Silver medal now. That's good. Alright, so now we can keep this stack moving on up. Have them kind of... reinforce the position we already have here. Our little spy drone, I suppose, could go keep scouting past. Let's maybe do that. There we go. Meanwhile, the rest of our units have pretty much all moved, so not a whole lot we can do up there. Just checking out some of these other joint offers. I think, again, most of them we're going to decline. Yeah, again, most of them we're going to just be declining because we're really not in a position to develop those cities. Valok, I'm a little bit tempted because... But it is kind of right on the front lines of battle here, so I think I'll hold off on that one. Let's do a little bit of production here, just for some of our major cities. All right, so now Ripura, I think we are going to need... We're going to need some extra units because we suffered some pretty big loss there. So let's at least get an engineer going to help start repairing the cannon and reloading it in battle. So we'll get an engineer at least. Bittercrest, meanwhile, we can do... We could either make an item here, or we could just keep going with our cannons and flame tanks. That's always an option as well. Let me see now. Is Hard Thistle ready to... One turn away from having Juggernauts on the production list there. So that's going to be fantastic. Let's do a flame tank. Over to Hrim. Nice to maybe start developing Hrim, but I think we will hold off just for now. Oh, you know, actually, an observatory would be pretty slick. If we have an observatory, that would bring this Florok Quarry into the mix, which would be pretty useful, actually. Yeah, let's do the observatory. Over in Asyut, I think we'll just hold off. We'll just do merchandise for now. Beb Jun. We definitely could do a cannon or a flame tank. We actually had this group who was going to move into the Shadow Realm here. Provide a little bit of reinforcement for our Shadow Realm cities, who are kind of in desperate need of it because we've really kind of got ourselves in a bit of a position where we need some extra muscle in here, that's for sure. Unfortunately, we're going to be losing the city of Decry here. Not a whole lot we can do about that. However, we did do some pretty nasty damage to Quandria up here, that's for sure. So both of these stacks are able to move. We will have to kind of decide maybe what we want to do. So we could attack the Archon Dwelling here, or we could just kind of bypass it depending on how well defended it is. So let's maybe take a quick peek here. Okay, so it is quite well defended. I mean, it's got Shadow Stalker, it's got a really leveled up Exterminator, a Bard. That said, I mean, we could probably take it with what we've got. We don't have the optimal units to get over a wall like that, but I think we could probably do it. It'd be nice to have a cannon or something to make this easier, but yeah, I think we can handle this. So let's do it. We'll engage the battle here. Actually, you know what? Let's engage it just with our high movement unit. So this is a good opportunity here to try and take another city here. Oh, right, and the walls don't come into play because it's a dwelling. That's right, I forgot. Now, what does this do? Grants defenders resurgence during sieges. Okay, well, they have resurgence, but that doesn't matter because if I win the battle, it's kind of a moot thing anyway, so... Lightning Sprite time, that's for sure. Back up just a little bit. And we'll Lightning Sprite it up. There we go. Now our Raptor can kind of move up here and maybe get involved a little bit. As for Leo, I think we'll kind of we'll play it a little bit conservative with Leo. We don't want to get him overly involved if we don't really need to, I think. The Spider Queen, I suppose, could use a little bit of maybe a nourishing meal or something like that. As could the Blight Elemental maybe use a bit of protection. The Assassin is a little bit hurt, so it might be nice to actually buff up the Assassin with some extra healing. Spider Queen. Alternatively, we could use our spell casting here and do a Phoenix Warrior on one of our units and just kind of send them in, which is a strategy I frequently employ. Yeah, you know what? Let's maybe do that. I think we'll just Nourishing Meal ourselves with the Brew Brother, actually. And then we can send the Spider Queen in, perhaps with Phoenix Warrior on it. Meanwhile, the Blight Elemental could actually jump up like this and do a Weakening Breath or whatever. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. Maybe like this. Yeah, there we go. And then the Assassin, I think we'll kind of move in to reinforce the Blight Elemental a touch. Buttercup Fairy, kind of fragile, so we'll have to be a little bit cautious. Meanwhile, Leo, I think we will keep Leo back just kind of for his own protection. We will use a Phoenix Warrior. We'll do it on the Spider Queen, and we can send her in there like this to try and web. Nice. Meanwhile, the Buttercup Fairy can hang out kind of back there. Retromoria, on the other hand, I kind of forgot about her, actually. You know, it wouldn't be so bad maybe getting her in there to throw a little bit of health on our... Let's see. Yeah, we're going to be more or less safe. So, send Retromoria in like this. Heal our Assassin there a little bit. Okay, so they dispelled it. So, unfortunately, that means that I'm going to have to reapply it if I don't want that unit to die. Which I'm going to do. Because otherwise the unit is most certainly going to die. It's doing a good job of tanking kind of the aggro. Let's kill off these Grimbeak Crows if we can. Very nice. Alright, so can we free up the... Yeah, we can free up the Blight Elemental. Some big damage there. Fantastic. Okay, that worked out pretty well. And then, you know what? Yeah, we can start hurting this Shadow Stalker pretty good, actually. So, let's see. What would be the best course of action here? Send this one in like this. This one, on the other hand, cannot quite get in there either, so we'll send him like this. This one can move in and flank. Like this. Nice. And then that turns him around. We can hit him a bit more. Then, fortunately, our Assassin can't quite make it in there either. I prefer to not lose the Assassin if at all possible. We park him right there. Retromoria. Again, kind of low on hit points there, so I think we'll keep Retromoria back just to make sure she doesn't get in any trouble. And then our Storm Priest here can move up. Static Shield our Raptor. Same goes for this Storm Priest. Move on up. This one as well. Now, as for the Spider Queen, I think we'll just attack here, just do some damage. Okay, nice. So the Resurgence was still applied, so that's good. We get full advantage of that. Alright, so now let's figure out maybe how we want to try to do this. So we can... There we go. Use up some of its attacks. Do a nice flank. And actually get the kill with our Brew Brother. That's excellent. That is fantastic. And now we can go in there and fight the Exterminator. Do a flanking bit here. Excellent. Would be nice to also hit this Bard with some big damage. Yeah, you know what? Let's step up and get the kill with our Assassin Strike. Perfect. The Buttercup Fairy can step on up. Do some damage there. Again, Retromoria is in good shape. Doesn't have any other healing abilities besides the machine abilities she has to heal machines. We'll summon another Lightning Sprite there. Our Raptor can actually step on up, get in there, but let's heal somebody maybe first with Leo if possible. Retromoria could use a little health, so let's do that. We can charge in. Get the kill. Perfect. Nice and clean. Nobody died. Because, of course, we protected our Spider Queen with Resurgence. So, I'm very happy with that outcome. And that allowed us to actually take control of the Archon dwelling here of Fuchsborg. I think I'm going to release this one as a vassal rather than try to absorb it. We're going to release this as a vassal. Let it kind of protect itself a bit. And then now let's just keep on moving here. We have to be careful. We don't want to split our units up too much, but let's see. Can we... I mean, it would probably be wise to leave somebody behind, but I really don't want to split my army up. I want to just keep rolling here, get up in there and get into where Quandria's throne is, if possible. So we're just going to keep moving. There we go. Okay. That worked out quite well for us. And anything else kind of in the Shadow Realm? I don't really think so. Pretty soon we're going to be able to take this army and truck on down to reclaim the village of Vinstar, which was again taken from us by Holm a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. Racklin's in the process here of producing a flame tank, which is going to be helpful for us, that's for sure. All right, so back to Bebjun. Let's think about maybe what we want to do here. Let's maybe do another cannon. Over to Fahas. I think we're going to just hold up. Do some merchandise. Nurm now. You know, one thing we could do is actually sell some stuff. So let's do that and generate some extra income, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Sight Veil. Could do some of the same, actually. Maybe not such a bad idea. Yeah, let's do that. Beerneth. Would be nice to have another High Elf Griffin Rider, actually, so maybe we'll start doing that. That's going to use up pretty much all of our movement here. A little hesitant to attack the Storm Sister just because of the stunning touch there. Could actually end up poorly for us. But I think we'll be okay. Let's just engage this battle. I'm going to let it go in auto combat. Oh, look at that. We almost died. And that must have been from the stunning touch there, probably. But worked out for us. Go back and camp out right there. Heal up a little bit. Now, okay, with Awanes, I do think I want to split up these machine units. I'd rather have some living units in her stack. So I need to kind of drum up some extra units. That's the thing. Of course, we have the machines down here on the gates of Everkin. We also have some machines that are making their way over here as well. So let's go across these mountains and get in there as soon as we can. We have a spy drone down here as well. I think what we'll do is we'll maybe send the spy drone into the Shadow Realm there and scout out just how strong that city is defended. The one that I'd mentioned that Colm had taken from me. Builder's already done his thing. We have a knight over there that we acquired. So yeah, I'm kind of procrastinating what to do with Awanes, but I don't think this city would be takeable as we currently are, because they've got a wall, they've got the prismatic spire. I mean, we could probably do it, but I don't really want to risk it with what I've got. That'd be where maybe getting this Griffin Rider involved. Maybe I actually should have sent the Griffin Rider down to join. So I think with Awanes, we'll maybe just sort of hang out maybe for now. Wait for that Griffin Rider to come on down, or we'll move up and join him or something. Sassistan now. We can start production, but don't have a ton of gold right now, so we'll just do merchandise. Although, ooh, yeah, rather than merchandise, let's do some selling here. Make a little bit more money. There we go. Now, this stack, we could try this battle. Really, the main things we have to fight are the Manticore Rider and the Phalanx unit. We have 2 cannons and an engineer to reload, so I think it's possible. Saying very likely defeat. I don't think I agree. This is going to be a tough battle, but I think we can manage it, so let's do it. The only thing we have to watch out for, of course, is Shattering Hammer, which is going to be a bit annoying for us. So we'll... Again, we're going to focus on the Manticore Rider because that is our... That's the scariest. Oh, and it didn't quite break the wall. I was actually hoping that would break the wall and give me... reload the cannon here, and we'll step our flame tank up like this. Oh, dang. I hope it doesn't kill the engineer. If it does, I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, there we go. Manticore Rider came out to face us, so let's kind of retreat as much as we can. Yeah, we're still in range, but it's not too terrible. Do this. There, okay, now we're not in range, so we can blast Manticore Rider for some big damage. We can actually reload this cannon here. Do the same thing again. Now, I wonder, would it be worth getting in there? And we're not going to get the kill, though, with the flame tank, so I think I'm actually going to retreat the flame tank back as well. Force them to come to me. Nice, okay, it hit the flame tank. That's good for me. Ooh, and we've got them kind of lined up a bit here, which is good for me. Don't know if I'm going to be able to take advantage, though, because this rock is kind of in the way. But it'd be great to blast them in kind of a line here with our cannon. Wonder if we went right there, if maybe we could. You know what? Let's try it. We'll reload this cannon. And then we'll move up like this. Oh, yeah, that's excellent. Boom. That was really good. And then I think if we just go flame tank, like even like this. Oh, yeah. That's real nice. And then unfortunately we have to reload with this cannon, but we'll park them in front of the engineers to provide a little bit of protection. We're going to take some hits here now, but that's all right. Yeah, we can handle that. Okay. So this cannon can now fire, and I think if we just walk up like this, we can basically just do... Oh, no, we can't. Okay. I was kind of hoping we could shoot at an angle there, but... Right, let's just kill the Axeman, I guess. There we go. And then we can kill the Phalanx, hopefully. Perfect. And then what we'll do with our engineers, we'll step up, reload, fire. Nice. Oh, dang, though, we still do have to worry. We have to worry about that Settler. I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. Because if we don't do damage for a few turns, we're going to be in trouble. Dang it. Okay, well, let's think about this. We gotta... Okay, we actually have to make good choices here now, so... Fortunately, this wall is about to be broken. So, if we move our cannon up, move our engineer up, reload the cannon, and then blast through that wall. Okay, there. Now, we should have a way in. We can use our flame tank, get the ram kill. Perfect. Step up our cannon and reload. Okay, good, good. I think we're all right. And then we should be able to just bypass the broken part of the wall there, I think. Pretty sure that's going to allow us entry, but I'm not 100% sure. This cannon needs to be reloaded. Maybe we just break down the gate as well while we're at it. Can we ram the walls? Oh, we can. Okay. Well, let's ram right here as well, just to make damn sure that we can get in there. There we go. Okay, now we've definitely got a way in. And we can reload that cannon. Okay. Oh! Gotta make sure our engineers aren't killed here. Okay, there we go. We can get inside now. And we'll do the same with our engineers. Get them in there. Now, can we blast that settler? No, he's kind of out of range, so we'll end our turn there. And we basically just have to move in as close as we can. Be able to do some damage. Yeah, still no such luck. Don't think we can do anything. Yeah, nope. Okay, so now we just have to do a little bit of damage to him. That's all. There we go. So that'll drag out the battle long enough now that we are just fine. The worry was that if the battle had gone 5 turns without me doing any damage to that unit, I would have lost the battle. Because I don't think doing damage to the city walls is enough. I think you have to actually do damage to one of the enemy units, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Pretty sure walls are considered inanimate objects. They're not enough to keep a battle going. So we took this out. We didn't lose anybody, which is great. So now we have control of another dwarven city, so we will absorb this one. Yes. Some pretty good resources here, actually. We've got a lost library. We've got farm. We've got some aquatic structures which have not been cleared out. So that might be something we could try to do with some of our units over there. Let's see. What else needs to move? So this army needs to do something. I think maybe we'll just have them camp out there for a turn while they kind of just recover from that battle. Meanwhile, this army can perhaps head over here and do a little bit of damage to this. Now, it's saying closely matched. I think we can probably handle this. Again, we've got our 2 engineers. We've got a flame tank. These Shadow Elf ones are going to be weak to fire, so that actually bodes well for us. The Draconian will be protected a little bit, but... And then the Phantasm Warrior is going to be very weak to fire because of its low resistance value there. Alright, let's try it. Have to be kind of careful here. We don't want to lose units in kind of stupidity here, so... We also want to try and get some additional experience with our engineers if possible. Once they're at gold medal, then they will gain emergency repair, which is going to be very good for us. So we're going to do that. Then, let's see, can we step up? Yeah, we can do quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, the one is obstructed, so I think maybe we'll step over and just hit these ones. There we go. That's pretty big damage. This engineer, again, we will probably kind of hang back a bit. Be nice to kill the Phantasm Warrior, but it's not worth the risk. I think that the flame tank's going to be able to tank the damage. Get the kill there, though. That's good. Meanwhile, the Golem, I suppose we could send right up in there, but I suspect the Golem's going to take some damage if we do that as well, so maybe not worth trying. Don't want to lose the Golem if we can avoid it. Like, how much does the fire... Ooh, yeah, like, look at that. We're going to take a lot of punishment. So we'll just park over there like this. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, a little bit of healing. That's actually just fine. Perfect. Okay, that actually worked out reasonably well. So now we can blunderbuss this Phantasm Warrior. Turn him around. Oh, yeah, that's great. And then pretty much do the same thing with this engineer if we really wanted. There we go. Nice. And then we can get the kill with this little guy. Perfect. That frees us up to basically do this. Fantastic. And then now we should be able to just get the kill. Yeah, no problem at all. Fairy Forged Blade. That's a pretty decent melee weapon, actually. An epic weapon, so 3 extra damage from 3 different elements there. But I think I'm going to sell it just for the extra gold. And then we'll regroup, and we'll head up this way. I think we're going to try and clear this out next. We have a spy drone underground here, which we're still doing a bit of exploration with, along with the Toadstool Ferry here. Oh, and we've got a city down here that must have at one point belonged to Awaness, I'm going to guess, because of the elves there. So let's take a look at... I hope I don't get attacked. I should maybe have not parked myself where I just did, but that's all right. And then let's maybe take a peek at this city up here. Okay, so this is hostile. Another one that probably belonged to Awaness. You know what? We'll take one step out just to provide a little bit more protection for us. And then we're going to keep digging over here with this little guy. Just for some extra income. There we go. Alright, so we can actually go back and maybe apply some of that gold if we are so inclined. Now this flame tank, I think we'll head up this direction. Okay, now let's decide how we want to proceed over here, because we've got decisions to make. We're going to keep these units all sort of together here as best we can, I think. Yeah, so these guys can just chill. Holly has some movement. We're going to tell her to just chill out. These machines can move. We'll keep them all together. And that's going to do it for our turn, but let's maybe go back and apply a little bit more gold somewhere that we haven't. I'm just going to double check which cities maybe could be best served by applying some gold. Again, we're doing some selling in Sastistan. A little bit of selling in Nurem. I think we decided, yeah, we're working on another Griffin Rider there. We're still absorbing Thor's Bud. We're also still absorbing Fairfields. Sight Vale. Maybe one of the cities over here where we've got capacity to produce, let's say, an engineer or something to help out up north. Let's maybe do that. The reason I say that is we've got all these machine units kind of moving on up, and we don't have a ton of engineers to kind of support them. I think we do have a builder there. The builder's going to provide some healing, but the engineer is able to reload all the cannons, so it would be nice to have another engineer, so that'll kind of help us out a bit. And then in Asyut as well, might be nice to even start building up a little bit of a force here, just in case we kind of need to carve ourselves up on this left side of the map. So maybe we build another unit here just in case things get kind of messy. Let's maybe do another golem. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so then we'll end our turn there, I think. All right, now let's see what happens. So it is Galendil's turn, and yeah, there it is. I was kind of expecting him to attack me. Yeah, and unfortunately, I kind of left myself vulnerable. I'm probably going to lose Colm here, which is a real shame. We'll do this one manually. Now, the one good thing is Galendil is in the void. And as a result, I could use Arachnid Horde here to try to help me out a bit. I'll probably still lose the battle, but I might be able to do some work as a result. So let's do Arachnid Horde. Again, yeah, the way I left my units was really not the most intelligent there. I definitely made a bit of an oopsie. Okay, we're going to retreat back and just try to kind of consolidate our position a little bit. We will heal up the Yeti. This Yeti is basically just going to be killed off. Priest can retreat back. We've got our little spiders over here. Alright, so we're going to get 7 turns, I think, of spiders here. Moving target, that's not very good. So yeah, these shamans are going to be quite the problem for me, especially because they can effectively neutralize my units via Entangling Touch, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Fire Elemental does explode when he dies, so that is something I might be able to take advantage of. We've used up Colm's casting points, which isn't really going to be... we're not going to have any help there. Force Field might help us out a little bit. Just looking at what else we could use here. We do have Reassemble, but we don't have any machine units that we could use that for. We could summon a Siege Engine. If we do that, we really won't have much in the way of casting points left. So we might just have to proceed with what we've got, basically. I think maybe we let them come to us one more time. Alright, so now let's see. Maybe we could try throwing a curse at Shaman up there. Yeah, that's not so bad. Okay, we're gonna have to make a stand here at some point, but it's just gonna be a matter of deciding when. I mean, if we end up losing Colm, it's not the end of the world, but... especially when you consider that we eliminated Galendil. Or, well, we sent him to the Void. I shouldn't say we eliminated him. I should have probably kept Galendil stacked together. That was probably my biggest mistake there. Okay. Some spider babies over there. Alright, so now what kind of damage can we do to these shamans? Not a ton, unfortunately. Could light up these storm bows for some big damage. That might be, maybe wouldn't be such a bad idea. The one thing that would be nice is getting the elemental in there to then do its fire damage. And I don't think the elemental can be entangled. I'm not 100% sure about that, but... Alright, let's do it. We'll start making our stand. At least with our fire elemental, anyway. We're going to definitely use the fire elemental as a bit of a sacrificial sort of bomb. Meanwhile, our priest here... well, it'd be nice to at least start killing off some of these other units. I suppose what we could try is kind of this. Still not doing a ton of damage. Then we could charge in and do a bit. Yeah, we're still alive, although barely. Colm, on the other hand... yeah, again, we don't have any casting with Colm, so that's not going to help us. Unfortunately, that's not going to work either. We're not going to get a kill there. Suppose we could step up with Colm and do a pistol blast here. There we go. Meanwhile, this Yeti, I think maybe we'll park kind of here and wait for an opportunity to attack there. Okay, doing some healing. Let's get our spider babies up in there and try and get them involved. So our fire elemental's going to explode. It's basically inevitable at this point. But when he goes down, he's at least going to explode and do some work, which I can probably take advantage of then with my Yeti a little bit. Be nice to just try and get the kill on the hero as well, if possible. This warg is problematic here, fighting my priest. It's kind of annoying. You know what, we could just try and go make a beeline for the hero and get the kill on the hero at the very least. Cause a bit of a headache for him in that way. Alright, let's sprint. And we'll sprint ourselves, maybe... I actually don't want to flank or anything like that, because if I do that, I'm not going to hit both of them with the explosion. So let's do this. There we go, nice. We killed off the Stormbow. We did a bit of work there on the Shaman as well. Now, we could attack and do a flank shot on the Shamans. We could also get in there and attack the hero and actually put a pretty good amount of hurt on him. And then have Colm move in and do another shot on the hero. I think it's probably worth trying to kill the hero, to be perfectly honest. Because we're not going to win this battle. We can't at this point, I don't think. I need to make sure, though, that at least one... because I think this will end if all... yeah, the spell will only spawn units as long as its owner has at least one unit on the battlefield that is not a combat summon. So I do need to make sure that I keep at least one unit that's not a combat summon. So the question now is, do I want to attack the shaman or the hero? I think we'll go like this. Turn the hero around. And then charge in like this. Kill the hero. Okay, Colm is probably going to get entangled or whatever. Yeah, he's probably going to get attacked here by the shaman. But at least we killed off the hero, so that's a big deal. Ooh, ouch. Big damage on our Yeti. Unfortunately, the Yeti's been killed off. Okay, well, we're at least building up a fairly decent stack here of spider babies, which we can start putting into use. Nice web there. That's kind of helpful. All right, on this side here, let's try for a web on the warg to give Colm an opportunity to get out of there. All right, that's at least something. So now Colm can kind of retreat a bit. Okay, we want to keep Colm alive just so that we can get a few more spiders here. Really try to give us at least a bit of a fighting chance. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. He converted one of my spiders. Okay, let's send Colm this way. And then he can kill the warg. There we go. Alright, so now we've got the spider baby over here. We can try for a web, I suppose, if we wanted, maybe. From the shaman. And then there. Yeah, I think we're in pretty big trouble here. Alright, well, at least we've got a bit of an army of spider babies kind of down here in the corner. We've still got this spider baby who can do something before it dies. Fortunately, that healing keeps coming back, right? That's the real unfortunate part there. Maybe we will just do a bit of damage to the shaman there. And then with these two spiders, it'd be nice to maybe go for at least one unit. If we can kind of kill off, focus maybe on one, that wouldn't be so bad. And Colm can kind of just hang out down here with his spiders. Alright, now let's try for perhaps maybe a double whammy here on this shaman. Nice, we got it. Okay, we can do big damage now. You know what? Let's try for it on the Storm Sister as well. Okay, no such luck. But we can step up here with Colm, beat the crap out of that shaman. Okay. Thankfully... Oh, and these ones are stunned. I was going to say we might be able to get the kill here, but let's see. We might have a chance at it. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's fantastic. So at least we killed off one of the... Now the question is, do I want to use some more casting points here? Try to tip the odds in my favor. I could probably kill the warg. We've still got this dread spider baby. Wonder if I could Can I dispel? What are the... No, it's got 2 effects on it. I think one is befriend animal, the other's awaken. So if I could get rid of that, that would actually help me out a bit. Failure, of course. Oh boy. Some healing. Colm tanking some damage. Uh-oh. Well, and then of course they used the expendable one to come in and try to fight me. That's not a surprise. I think we're still going to try for a dispel, though, and the odds should be higher. Failure again. Wow, that's brutal. Okay. There are odds of disabling some of these units, maybe. I suppose we could try for a web on the shaman, maybe. Nice, and we got it. Okay. So now let's take a hit, get down there. Unfortunately, we can't do anything because we already used Dispel. Oh, I was hoping that bleed would kill them. Home might go down here, yeah. There he goes. Okay, he's not dead yet, though. We can probably... Might be able to kill the Shaman. Yeah, I think we can. So at least we're making it count here. Here we go. Okay, now. Can we... Can't... I don't think we can kill the Warg. Let's see. What's a Dispel rate here? 80... Wow, 88%. Okay, so that at least gives us a chance to do this. Oh, and it didn't work. Dang it. I was really hoping that would work. Yeah, and unfortunately now Colm is going to be killed. Well, R.I.P. Colm. Okay, now it's a 1v1. Basically, we're going to have to go for the web. Or just get obliterated. But hey, at least we killed off the hero. And we did lose Colm, of course, but we did a lot of good work. And now it's just that Storm Sister that's left. So we have an army here at the gates. We should be able to still take the city. Little bit of an oopsie on my part there, losing Colm. But, you know, I'll trade one of my heroes for putting Galendil in the Void, I think. That's a trade I'm happy with. Although I shouldn't have had to make that trade because I did make kind of an oopsie decision there, that's for sure. Okay, Quandria took the city of Decry. Again, not a surprise. That was that one in the Shadow Realm. Ooh, and it does look like Galendil. Oh my gosh, he's left the city of Druze completely undefended. So, interesting. This was previously a vassal, but he's now got it with nobody guarding it. He's just got a giant right here. There's an opportunity I could maybe summon a spy drone and get in there and capture it. Although I don't really have any area that's close enough to get a unit in there to steal it from him. Looks like Zorn is now moving as well. Let's see what Zorn decides to do. Again, we have some of his area in view. It would be nice to find out if this is his throne city. I want to kind of get my spy drone in there a little bit further. Zorn is an orc, so... Oh, yeah, there's the city was captured. Oh, we have a tribute here. It's a small army or gold. I think in this position I will just take the gold. There we go. Alright, so lots of items have arrived, which is good for us. Let's see, we've got some boots. That's good. We've got some chest armor, which is going to help out Awaness a little bit. Blowpipe for her. Crossbow for Holly, which is good for her. A set of boots now. Friendly Beggar Shoes. Those arrive for War Master Hobby, which now basically make his stack a little bit cheaper to keep going because they all have Volunteer now. And we'll sell this off. We really don't need that item. Okay, so that's pretty solid. Any other interesting developments? We now have the industrial plant, so let's go check that out real quick. Quite excited about this, as now we can make juggernauts, and they're only going to take 2 turns a pop. And the best part about these juggernauts is that they are going to get the benefit here of, if we look, of the Flowrock Citadel. So that's pretty incredible. Quite excited to have these. So let's start doing it. Let's work on it. Get one in the game here if we can. Okay, lots of things here to look at. So let's maybe start up here because I do kind of want to see what we are looking at here. Is this... I'm guessing this isn't Zorn's capital just because it's... This doesn't look like an orc city. No. Yeah, so this is a high elf city that belongs to Zorn. So I suspect one of his throne is probably either to the left or the right of this city, but could also be underground, I suppose. That is a possibility. It'd be nice to get this cannon involved, so let's move it across. Disembark this army right here. Alright, so now the question, do I want to start moving in to try to siege this city? Quite well defended, actually. Or do I want to head into the Shadow Realm and try and figure out what's going on in there? Again, we've got Leo and Retromoria here who can do a bit more scouting for us, actually. Maybe start working over this way and see what they find. So let's kind of do that. Oh, and look at this. We bumped right into a Doom stack here. Ay, ay, ay. That's going to be tough even with what we've got. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Manticore Riders, a Griffin Rider, and a Warbreed. That's going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult. Yeah, even with the 2 stacks, I'm not entirely confident we'll be able to do that. And we can get Leo in there to help, but... Yikes, that's pretty intimidating. That's... Again, Zorn, we're going to have a lot of trouble with because he's just cranking out Manticore Riders, so... Yikerumba. We're gonna procrastinate making a decision on that front there because that is pretty dangerous. Just looking at kind of what else I have going on in the Shadow Realm currently. Well, I guess one thing I can do is do a quick peek here. And then let's see how well defended is this city. Oh, it's not bad at all. Just a phalanx and a crossbowman. So what we'll do is we will send 2 cannons and an engineer over. That should be plenty to capture that. We'll leave the 1 there just to guard the city temporarily for now. Okay, now this Griffin Rider, it'd be great to maybe join in with Aweness. Unfortunately, Aweness isn't quite at level 7. If she did have Convert, we could try and convert Pharaon the Quick as a hero, which would be kind of nice. I don't really want to fight him without having the ability to convert him. That said, I might be nice to just get rid of him. Maybe he's got some items I could take advantage of. We have another hero down here who is a sorcerer. So, let's see. How close is Aweness to leveling up? Decently close. The reason I check that is because if she levels up, let's say we fight Pharaon here, level up, then we could maybe move down and try and grab Chenna the Teacher. Just looking at what he has kind of for abilities here. I think I'd rather have a sorcerer rather than a rogue hero, although I'd be happy with either. Now, how would we want to approach this? So yeah, I think we'll attack Pharaon, and we'll try and gain some experience with Aweness. So we'll basically just do this. We'll group up. And then we will engage the battle. So again, we're going to try and... Ooh, he's coming right up at us there. So I want to get some experience here with Aweness, that's for sure. So we will kind of create a bit of a blockade for him here like this. Blast him with some damage. Ooh, and actually that didn't really give her enough experience. So if I kill him... Well, I think we'll just kill him. Yeah. Now let's see. Hopefully we at least get some good items out of this. Oh, we got a blowpipe, which we can send to somebody else because we already have one. War Master doesn't have one. Holly. We'll give it to Holly. She could use it. Maybe we go and try and clear out the tomb with all the units that we have. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. Let's maybe head down there and try and clear that out. And in the meantime, that'll give us an opportunity for some extra experience. Okay. Rados. That's underground. I was going to say, maybe I'll wait to do production. I should probably sort out what I have going on first. Okay, so a couple units defending there. Stay kind of in the... Stay in the lava just so that we don't end up getting attacked. All right, back to the surface here. So, let's see now. How far in can we get? I don't think we can even make it there. No, we can't. But we could get into the Shadow Realm, which wouldn't be maybe such a bad idea. You know, what I'm thinking is it might actually be great to get into the Shadow Realm, and then we can group up with... Leo and Retromoria and do some real work. So, you know what? I'm actually leaning towards that as an option. So, I think that's what we're going to do. So, let's jump into the Shadow Realm here. Yeah, I'm really liking this idea. And then we'll step off here. And then we'll see if we can bring the other groups along, too. Yeah, there we go. All right, fantastic. And then we'll group up like this. And then they can follow us into the Shadow Realm. I think that's actually going to be really, really good for us. We can kind of consolidate our strength and keep pressing at that point. That's going to be really good. Group these two. We'll grab the berries. And then we'll keep moving like this. There we go. Now, as for the spy drone, can we summon one close enough to get in there? I don't think so, unfortunately. So I would really like to be able to steal this from him. Now, what's the closer option here? This or over here? I think probably right here is closer. Yeah, we can't quite make it there, though, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, and that's going to make 2 turns. Dang it. Well, that's okay. Yeah, so now we're pretty much out of mana, so we'll just start summoning another spy drone for next turn, I think. I might just leave the episode here, actually. I think this is a reasonable place to stop. We've kind of made a decision on this front of what to do, which is head into the Shadow Realm and start consolidating our forces. I have to decide whether or not I want to try out this battle, whether I should retreat Retromoria back or bring Leo in and try to assist her in this battle. Again, we don't have any casting points, really, so I think we're actually going to be at a big disadvantage, so I may not really want to engage this fight, even with the combined strength of the 2 stacks, because I really just don't have the muscle that Zorn does here in this stack. So, again, I'm going to kind of have to ponder this decision. Meanwhile, again, I've got reinforcements here coming in to assist me, and that's going to make a big difference, even against some Tier 4 and strong Tier 3 units. I think that's going to be fantastic for me. So that's good. And then on this front, of course, we have all of our heroes ready to basically siege the city here of Mabeland and to bring that into the fold. Of course, we've got a couple heroes here who we might be able to try to actually convert. So opportunities there for replacing Colm, who unfortunately was met with an untimely death, basically. Let's just go back and maybe we can look at where Colm died. So that was over here, yeah. You know what? Maybe before we end the episode, let's just do the quick siege, perhaps. I kind of want some revenge for Colm's death, actually. That would be nice. So let's attack here. All right, cannon time. So we are going to blast the White Witch for some big... Oh, look at that. Just devastating there. We do the same again. Get the kill. There we go. And they're going to come out and face us as to be expected, which means we're just going to retreat back. No sense getting into a fight with them if we don't have to. We can basically just exploit our cannons here. Alright, and that's going to be cannon shot number 1. Cannon shot number 2. Didn't quite pay attention to how much health they still had, but maybe we can get the finish. Not quite. Okay, I actually made a bit of a mistake there. I should have retreated back further, because now we're going to take some damage. Yeah, and we almost lost that unit, so that was actually a very costly mistake on my part. Thankfully, the unit wasn't killed, but that's okay. We got the city and we didn't lose the unit, so now we can decide what to do with halls here. I don't think I've actually made friends with the halflings, so it might actually be nice to migrate this one perhaps so that I can get access to it more quickly. Either that or we just absorb or release it as a vassal or something like that. Again, I'm going to just kind of probably try and regroup a little bit with some of the units I have moving in. I guess I could have brought this unit into the stack as well to help with that battle. Probably would have been smart. In any case, I think we'll leave the episode here. So, some positive events happened and some not so positive events happened, like the death of Colm. But I think we're in pretty good shape, actually. We also sent Galendil to the Void, which is great. We're saving this one as episode 30. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.